Hello everybody, welcome back to another trip report. Today we are flying from Warsaw-Chopin Airport to Vilnius in Lithuania, VNO. I am here at about 5:30 in the morning. It is a very nice summer day. I'm checking in here at Terminal A, which is coincidentally the only terminal. Once you walk in, you are greeted to a nice, very spacious check-in area where you check in for any flight on any airline that you are flying on today. I was flying on LOT, as I mentioned, on LOT flight 777, and the check-in process was quite smooth at the LOT desk, despite it being a very early morning and not as busy as I actually thought it would be. After checking in, I proceeded over to the security checkpoint. Fairly easy, fairly standard, all went pretty quick, honestly. And then I was out into the main area of Terminal A here. I followed the directions towards my gate. But on the way to the gate, I got a nice view of the terminal. This is my first time here in Warsaw. I got a view there of passport control, or if you had to walk down a few steps towards passport control, and then the rest of the terminal. It's a fairly easy terminal to navigate because it's literally just one long concourse. But nice windows for great plane spotting. And overall, I would say a good airport, a fairly standard airport. I've been to nicer airports, and many of you have as well. But greeted to beautiful views, such as this view of the 737 MAX 8 from LOT Polish Airlines that was beginning its flight to Paris today as LOT 331. I then walked over to my gate. Today I was at gate 41. And I got a beautiful view of our E195 SP-LNQ. Again, the registration number is SP-LNQ. An 11-year-old E195 that was going to take us to Vilnius today. So after getting a nice view of our plane, we eventually started boarding. Fairly easy process considering we're on a small airplane. Interestingly enough, a majority of the passengers were actually Japanese tourists who were going to Vilnius. But today I was seated in seat 8D. That's a window seat with an engine view, so as probably many of you have garnered, my favorite seat to sit in. Pretty standard tray table. The legroom was okay. Granted, it was only a 45-minute flight, so it didn't matter. But what really mattered was the window view, which was beautiful, and I got a great view of that LOT Polish Airlines 7879 right there. And just for you guys to see, I kind of did a little screen grab here, screen record of our flight path today. Obviously, due to the war in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia and Belarus, who's a party to that war, we obviously do not fly over Belarus. You could see kind of how we cross into Lithuania there. After pushing back, we had a fairly easy taxi, and then we eventually took off of runway 29 here at Warsaw's airport. So shortly after takeoff, LOT had a service. Even for a 45-minute flight, they had a service that included both drinks and or a food item of your choice. So like the flight that I was on from Rome to Warsaw on my previous trip report, I opted not to have a bun today, but they had those, and I got a coffee instead. And so shortly after I finished my coffee and the other people finished their snacks, we then descended and we lined up and landed on runway 01 here at Vilnius airport. Once again, I gotta really say the service on LOT is really good. I mean, for a 45-minute flight in Europe, where most airlines nowadays charge for food or beverages, even a cup of water, the fact that LOT still offers snacks and drinks, I think, is awesome. And so, highly recommend them. Had 2 excellent flights on LOT. And once again, want to thank you all for watching my trip report. Please stay tuned. I have many more to come. Please like, subscribe, drop me a comment, and let me know what you'd like to see. Thanks again.
Wylądowaliśmy na lotnisku w Wilnie, jest godzina 10:10 czasu lokowego, temperatura na zewnątrz wynosi 14 stopni Celsjusza. Prosimy o pozostanie na swoich miejscach do czasu.